So today I thought I would show you how I do some gilding and how to make ordinary objects look really special. And I've got this chair that I did a job on, and it's just changed the whole look of the chair really. And then I've got another chair here which I'm going to do the same, just to show you how special they can look, just an ordinary little kit chair. And I have some picture frames and a chandelier base that I want to gild because I want to make it a really flash gold chandelier. A ceiling rose, some picture frames that I will kind of tart up a little bit. Whoops, tart up a little bit. And because I need some paintings for my Brook Tucker room box, some nice Victorian ones. So I've got some really nice little Victorian prints there to frame up. So I'm just going to show you how I do this. It's very simple, and I think you've probably seen it before on YouTube. It's not difficult. If you watch Salvage Hunters Restorers, you'll see Ruth doing it, and you use a gilding medium. And I just need something to put this in on. I just need a little bit of something there. And then you put it on the object, you let it get a bit tacky. I'll just do it on the ceiling rose. I'm just painting it over the ceiling rose. I've got two paint brushes. One's going to be a dry brush, that's going to be putting the gold leaf on, and the other one is this one that I'm putting the gilding on. And I want it to be fairly overall, so I'm going to do the whole lot. That gets put aside. I've got this little frame. Just going to put that again. I want it to be fairly all-encompassing on that inner side, so I'm making sure I've got it covered. This little brooch base, just want to do a nice little edge on that. This is a bit more complex, but I'll try and cover it all. And so once it's gone tacky on you, then you can start putting the gold leaf on. And this gold leaf isn't flash stuff. It's not 8, 10, any sort of carat gold. It's actually an aluminium sheet with a gold tint, I think. It's not that expensive. So if you're practicing, you go to a paint craft shop that has a good paint section, and they will have these sheets. So a good place to start, so you're not spending heaps of money on really expensive gold leaf where you're not going to get a return for it. So where am I going now? I've got the chair to do. By the time I finish doing this, the first one will be probably ready to go. So I'm going to be very careful I don't get anything on that material. I'm just going to have to be super careful when I'm doing this. I could have decided to take all the upholstery off, but I've just been feeling in a contrary mood today and thought, oh well, I won't do that. I'll just work around it. So now there's a little secret life for these chairs. Roger doesn't know about this yet, my husband, but I have been planning on making a chateau for quite a few years now. And years ago I did sit down and draw up the plans, realized how big it was going to be. It was going to be about 4 foot wide and about 3 feet deep and about 6 foot high, and it was rather daunting. So Roger talked me into drawing up the plans for a 24 scale one instead. So sorry about that, I had to go away and have a cough. I don't have a sense of smell, and so I can't smell if anything has fumes, and I think that this gilding liquid must have some sort of fumes because it made me cough quite violently. So be aware of that. You can't actually do it in a ventilated room because it'll blow your gold sheet around. Just have to work around it. So now I've done those, I might just put a little bit on a part of this frame. I don't want to do the whole lot. And again, I might do this with this, just pick up that top piece and highlight those. And we'll see how that looks. So that's pretty good. Now, is this tacky? Yes, it is. So that's good. We're ready to go. Now, I'm just going to get a piece. It melds together quite nicely, so it doesn't matter if you've got bits. I'm just going to lay that on there. I didn't do it the right way, did I? I didn't pick it up with my brush. Oh, and I'll just get it on here first. So now, where was I saying? I was talking to you about my chateau. And so anyway, my husband talked me into doing a plan for a 24th scale one. And then I cut it out in foam board, and then I just lost interest in it because it wasn't what I was planning on doing. You know, I wanted the big one. So I let it lie, and then I did other things, and I've done the Beacon Hill house, and I've done the Tudor house, and now the Tudor house being so big has given me an idea that I can cope with bigger stuff. And so I am back on the track. Now, I've worked out a different way of doing this chateau now in the interim. I've got the measurements and I know the size, but I am going to do it room by room in a special way. And so over the next few months, I'll take you through that, because I'll be doing different techniques and showing you different things as usual. And we can see this grow together. Now, I think that my gilding medium has actually gone a bit too dry. I'm going to have to put a wee bit more on. I have to find my brush now. Which one was it? Golly gosh. It'll be that one. So, and I don't actually know if it's going to be that big. I'm planning on just perhaps doing the front of it. And it's based on the chateau in Escape to the Chateau. And I have done a lot of notes on it over the years, and I'm looking forward to getting started on it. And Roger's going to have a hemorrhage because we don't have a lot of space, and I'm going to have to either sell something or build another garage. Right, so now we've got another little frame. I'll just let that get tacky. Put this on here. Anyway, when we do the piece at the end, and I mention this chateau, there will be a bit of a film wobble on the camera, and it'll be Roger panicking. Don't worry, you'll get over it. So these gold chairs that I'm doing are going to go in the chateau, and I've already got 2 big boxes labelled chateau furniture, so you know I'm serious about this. They're hiding for the moment. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. Not too garish. Oops, I've gilded myself. Gold finger. And now I shall just put a little bit on here, which is looking good. Oh, such a messy thing. Never mind. Oops. Okay, so that looks pretty messy at the moment. I'll just let it set a little bit, and then I'll come back and get rid of the excess. I have to work quite quickly because that gilding liquid is drying, and once it's too dry, it's a problem. I'm just remembering, I'm just picking the details off on this one. I'm not doing a whole frame. I'm just giving it accents, like it's old. and a bit worn. You can have so much fun with this stuff. I think it's great. So there we go. I quite like this kind of patchy. I'm getting old and I'm losing my shine. Aren't we all? I might put a little bit more liquid on this bit and see how we go. Now I'm going to be doing the chair, and so I'm doing this in parts because I have a back and a front, so I'm just going to do the front first. It just transforms furniture, this gold leaf. Now you're going to rush out and get some and just do a whole thing, aren't you? I know, I can tell. Do a totally gold house. Right, now we'll get a little bit more flatter piece. Right, now I might just have to do another little coat later, just to cover the bits that I've missed. Which is good, you can do that, no problem. And then I'm just going to give it a break and come back with the bit finished because it makes things too boring and long. Just get this bit done. Now, it's not a good thing to be asthmatic when you're doing these things because one sneeze can ruin the whole day's work. Okay, so you can see it's going on quite nicely. And I shall come back when I've got things a little bit tidier. I'm going to do that in private because I can see there'll be a lot of swearing involved in that shape. And I will see you in a moment. So after a fun afternoon, getting my fingers all goldy, I have finished all my little gold embellishments, the frame, the chair. That chair had already been done. My little frames, my chandelier, the little subtle gold accents on this frame, the ceiling rose, which has come up really well, and another frame. So I can actually say that most of these pieces will probably end up in the chateau. Okay, our secret.